Welcome to the Ho Ho Show, rated the #1 most listened to podcast on Pluto. So join us now as we discuss news, politics, current events, and so much more. So clear the airways and strap in as we defend the Constitution. Because freedom matters.
We are broadcasting in the semi on the mobile studio somewhere up here in the Great White North in Canada. Actually, I'm in Quebec. So, welcome to the Ho Ho Show. And as always, I'm your host, Ho Ho. So, guys, I got a question that I want to ask you. Okay? And this kind of spawns from crap that I've been hearing on, mainstream media, things that the talking heads have been saying, and quite honestly, it kind of irritates me a little bit, okay? Because these guys have no idea what's in the Constitution. Or maybe they do, but they're only defending this part of it now because it's politically, because they're politically motivated to do so. They didn't want to do this several years ago. They didn't want to do this during the last administration, but somehow they want to do it now. Or for some reason they want to do it now. And we all know what the motivation is behind it. It's political, and of course it is. But, if the heart of this show is to defend the Constitution, it seems to me like the best thing that I can do to help people out is to help them know the Constitution. So that's what I'm going to be doing. Okay? Within the next couple of weeks, I'm going to be starting a new miniseries on the show called Knowing the Constitution. Okay, and this is going to be several parts. This is nothing that's going to be able to be done in one episode, any way, shape, or form. It's just not going to happen. Okay, and we're going to be talking about, the Declaration of Independence, the Bill of Rights, and possibly even the rest of the amendments on top of that, but definitely the Bill of Rights. The first 10 amendments. And, of course, the Constitution itself. We are going to be going over this article by article, section by section, okay? And it's not just going to be a reading of the Constitution. It is also going to be discussion about it as well, okay? And a little bit of a breakdown to kind of understand it, okay? Understand it better. And to be honest with you, and I find this laughable because it is, I'm actually going to be looking into getting a book, The Constitution for Dummies, and just kind of skimming over that as well. And I tell you guys what, though, in all honesty, okay, here's a couple things about that. All right. The Constitution is a relatively small document. It really is. It's not very big. Because they believed in the same type of thing that my father believed in. KISS. K-I-S-S. Keep it simple, stupid. Okay? That's what they believed in. They did not make this thing really, something that was going to be hard to read, hard to understand. And of course, it was written, 250 years ago. So, the English language is, I don't want to say it's changed since then, but it was written in wordage that we don't really use nowadays. And so sometimes you just got to break it down a little bit. So that's what we're going to do, is break it down. Bring it to now, not update it, not change anything, but kind of put it in common parlance that we all can understand what it is they're talking about and where they're coming from. Okay? Bring it a little bit into now. Okay? So that's what I'm looking at doing. And this is going to be like possibly 10 different segments, 10 episodes. But my question is this, okay? Would you guys much rather see this tacked onto, a segment tacked onto the regular Saturday show? Or would you much rather see this as a standalone dedicated episode and go from there? Now, either way you look at it, I am going to be editing this and putting it on YouTube as a dedicated segment. But as far as the actual show goes, how would you much rather see that? Okay? Dedicated show or a segment added onto the regular Saturday show. Okay. Now, again, I'm wanting to keep these things like 15, 20 minutes each individual, show. I don't want to make them long. So that's what I'm looking at. Okay. Just 15-minute shows, maybe 20 at most, and that's it. Okay. covering a small section of it, and then moving on to the next episode. Okay. Now, the next question I want to ask you guys is, when would you much rather see it if you're wanting it as a dedicated show? Would you much rather this be done like on a Saturday before the main show? Okay, so like before 7, like maybe 5 or something, 5 p.m. Central? Or is this something you would much rather see like on a Sunday, regular bat time of 7 p.m. or maybe sooner, whatever. So, I mean, either way, I'm definitely up to suggestions. I'm very much up to suggestions because I want to know what you guys, want, which way you guys would much rather me go. Okay. Now, in order to better help me help you, I would much rather see the comments either on my hosting platform of Spreaker.com. Just go into the Ho Ho Show for this show and leave your comments here, or head on over to thehohoshow.com, and under the forums tab, you'll see a titled blog of, or not blog, but blog, Knowing the Constitution, and put your comments in there. One or the other, and that would just help me, just 2 places to go to get you guys' feedback and let me know which way you'd much rather me go. Now, this is something that I'm looking at doing within the next couple weeks, 3 weeks tops, okay? So I'm looking at starting this at the beginning of next month. So the beginning of May is when I'm looking to start this, okay? So that gives me 2 weeks, or just over 2 weeks, however many days are in April. I have no idea. I don't keep track of those things, man. I really don't. I know this is the 15th. I know that much. So, yeah, let me know. And guys, I appreciate you guys' feedback. I really do. I appreciate you guys' feedback. I appreciate you guys, listening and being fans of the show and giving me the feedback that you guys do. It's amazing. I love it. I appreciate you guys. I really do. So just let me know. I'm doing this for y'all, and for me too. It'll teach me a little something about the Constitution. And that's what we need. How can we defend something if we don't know what it says? How can we do that? So this is a good way to do it. This is a very good way to do it. So let me know what you guys think. So good night. Sleep tight. If the bed bugs bite, well then by golly, bite them back. Take care, all. This has been The Ho Ho Show. For more information, you can head to thehohoshow.com. And for the merchandise store, you can head on over to stinkpickle.com. That is stinkpickle.com. Until next time,